Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Withelm from Munich in Germany. I'm learning and development professional and the maker and founder of this blog. I call it Lernen in Geil in German. I translate it with Learn Smug in English. It's a huge pleasure for me to introduce my first English-speaking guest today. That is Michael Timms. He's leadership consultant and the author of the book Succession Planning That Works, the crucial part of leadership development. And I think it's the really best book we have about this topic so far. Dear Michael, it's so great that we can chat today from Germany to Canada, 9 hours of difference. Maybe you could say in a few words what succession planning is about and what it is not about.
Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, glad to be with you today and speaking about a subject that we're both passionate about, which is leadership and career development. So maybe what I'll do is I'll start off and tell you what succession planning is not. Succession planning is not a bunch of executives sitting in a room and putting names beside titles. That's not succession planning. And yet I find that most organizations think that's what succession planning is. That's kind of the very last step of succession planning. But the bulk of work around succession planning is developing people and preparing them to take on greater responsibilities within the organization, and seeing what the senior management team can do and others within the organization can do to fast track people's development. That's succession planning.
Okay, so it's not replacement management, so to say.
Yeah, and so replacement planning is simply, if this person leaves the organization, then who is going to step up? And typically what happens when organizations do that, when organizations view succession planning as simply putting names to titles, amounts to replacement planning. And what happens is when it actually comes time and somebody actually does leave the organization and they actually say, oh gee, I think we have a succession plan. Let's look at our document here. And they look at the document and says, okay, well, Sally is going to take over this position. Really what they're doing is Sally's going to take over this position on a temporary basis until we can do a search and find somebody externally to come in and fill that role permanently. That is not succession planning, that is replacement planning.